So the BX60i, Hurco's largest machine in the BX range in the country right now. What do you like about this machine, Gio?
Well, Rowan, what I really like about this machine is the dual column configuration that you can see inside, and the large Y-axis. I mean, you look at the machine bed and it practically looks square. The kind of parts that you can fit on that are very big, with a maximum load of 6 tons.
Exactly. What do you think about the ergonomics? So we've just opened the doors here and you can see we've got an opening in the ceiling. What does that help us do?
I think, the ergonomics and the accessibility to this machine, obviously it's designed so you can get them large components onto the machine bed. The machine bed will come right up to the front of this machine here in the X-axis. So it makes it very simple to load them large components.
Exactly. I love how low this is. So I can get up here and I can lean over my part, get all my clamps down, get all the torque I need on all the bolts. What do you think? What kind of applications do you think we have for such an interestingly structured machine?
Well, with this configuration, what it actually does, it gives you that accuracy and repeatability through this design. So basically, wherever the spindle is, in any position of that machine bed, you're getting the same accuracy and repeatability in comparison to a C-construction designed machine. You'd also, with the machine spindle, it's oiled to keep it cool. So some of the applications that really stick out to me would be mould and die, very large mould parts that really require extremely tight tolerances and perfect surface finishes. And this is more than capable of doing that. But even aerospace work, Rowan, it's perfect for any applications. I mean, you can see the demos that are on the machine bed at the minute. It's really illustrating how intricate it can also be for such a large machine.
Exactly, you've got different materials. So with aerospace, you might have some aluminium parts, some titanium parts, mould and die, might be hardened steels. Do you think this can really handle all those different materials?
Absolutely. I think if you were manufacturing any aluminium parts on this machine for the aerospace industry, for example, the metal removal rates would be extraordinary, with chip conveyors either side of the machine bed to get rid of that swarf. But if you were doing the ink canals or the really hard to cut exotic materials, again, it wouldn't struggle with them whatsoever, with a really high torque spindle that, like we mentioned, is cooled by oil to give to keep it stably, the thermal growth stable. So yeah, loads of really great advantages in regards to what it can cut and how it can cut them.
Brilliant. So with these big parts that we might be running, how does the control help us with running off those big parts, the mould and die, the aerospace?
Well, you probably know about this more than me, Rowan. I mean, you're very knowledgeable in the programming and all the different programming languages that you've used in your time. But for me, I think that one thing about the control is the simplicity of use and how you can grow into this kind of control. So you reviewed the VM1 earlier, which has got the same control on. So if you were to buy an Hurco, an entry-level Hurco, and you wanted to grow through the range, you've still got the same control as you grow through into a big, large, sophisticated machine such as this. But what's your opinion on this, Rowan? What do you think of this type of control?
Well, so I spent at least 10 minutes learning. I've had some work with some other conversational controls before, but I spent about 10 minutes learning on the VM1 machine down there, but it's got the exact same machine control as this big BX60i. So I feel at home on this machine, even though I've only spent 10 minutes with the smaller version. And I know where I can go to my tools, do my tool setup. I know where I can go do my part programming, and I know how I can do my simulation down here to draw the programs that I'm going to be running and simulate them. So instantly, I feel at home on this machine, even though it's probably at least 6 times bigger than the smaller machine I was working before. So I love this control.
So if you were to buy a machine like this, it wouldn't be daunting programming it?
No, not at all. You'd be definitely at home. Obviously, HSK 63, 18,000 spindle revs, it's definitely a different beast to the VM1, but you definitely find that growing as a business and as a company, your workshop can definitely grow with you quite easily.
No, Rowan, thank you very much. One last point for me really that I didn't mention is the rigidity and the build of the machine. You can see the actual castings from the base casting to the casting on the bridge column. Rowan, it's been an absolute pleasure reviewing this machine with you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gio.